Now in this video I will take examples on separable programming. So first example is maximum f of x is equals to 3x1 square plus 2x2 whole square. Subjected to x1 square plus x2 square is less than equals to 9. x1 plus x2 is less than equals to 3 and x1 x2 is greater than equal to 0. So this is the problem. So you will see objective function is separable, constraints are also separable. So this is a separable programming problem. Now objective function can be written as f1 x1 plus f2 x2, where f1 is 3x1 square, f of x2 is 2x2 whole square. Similarly, first constraint can be written as g1 x1 plus g2 x2 is less than equals to 9, where g1 x1 is x1 square and g2 x2 is x2 whole square. Second constraint can be written as h1 x1 plus h2 x2 is less than equal to 3, where h1 x1 is x1, h2 x2 is x2, and this is non-negativity condition. Fine. Now to solve this problem, first find the bounds of values of x1 and x2. This is the first part. तो जब भी आपको ऐसा मिले, first you have to find out the bounds. Bounds means this. For example, this x1 is in between 0 and 3. So this is the bound of x1. So here first target is to find out the bound of x1 and x2, so that you can have interval, this type of interval, then you can divide the partition. So this is the first, because here we don't have any bound on x1 and x2. So first target is to find out the bounds. So how to find out the bounds? And the bounds are founded with the help of these constraints. Fine. So here if you will see what is given to you, x1 is greater than equals to 0, x2 is greater than equals to 0, and this is the constraint. If you will see second constraint, x1 plus x2 is less than equal to 3. So from here, if you put x1 x2 least value, x2 least value will be 0. So if you put x2 will 0, then you will get the highest value of x1, which is less than equal to 3. So that's why bounds will be x1 is in between 0 and 3, and this value also satisfies this constraint. If you put x2 is equal to 0 here, then this value also satisfies this. Hence we can take x1 is in between 0 and 3. Similarly, if you put x1 0, then you will get x2 is less than equal to 3, and this value also satisfies this constraint if you put x1 equal to 0. So that's why the bounds are x1 is in between 0 and 3, x2 is in between 0, and both will satisfy the constraint, this constraint. Fine. Now, so this is the bound, this is x1, this is x1, this is x2. So here x1 is 0 to 3, x2 is also 0 to 3. So here we will do the partition 0, 1, 2 and 3. So here at this is called A0, A1, A2 and A3. Corresponding lambdas will be lambda 0, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Fine. Now in objective function, first function will associated with x1 is f1 x1, which is 3x1 whole square. g1 x1 is x1 whole square, h1 x1 is x1. जितने भी x1 से related functions हैं उन सबको हम यहाँ list करेंगे. Similarly here f2 x2 2x2 whole square, g2 x2 x2 whole square, h2 x2 equal to x2, यानी x2 के सारे function यहाँ list out किए. Fine. So now here just understand this. So first x1 is 0, 1, 2 and 3. Associated lambdas will be lambda 0, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Now here first function is f1 x1, which is 3x1 whole square. So put x1 equal to 0, so we get 0. Put x1 equal to 1 here, so we get 3. Put x2 is equal to 2 here, so 2 whole square is 4, 4 into 3 is 12. Put a3 is equal to 3, that means x1 is equal to 3 here. So 9 into 3 is 27. Fine. Similarly, in G1 x1 is equal to x1 whole square, put x1 is equal to 0, so we get 0. Put x1 is equal to 1, so we get 1. Put x1 is equal to 2, so we get 4. Put x1 is equal to 3, so here we will get 9. Similarly, put x1 is equal to 0 here in h1 x1, so we get 0. Put x1 is equal to 1 here, so we get 1. Put x1 is equal to 2, so 2. Put x1 is equal to 3, so 3. So this is the data associated with x1. Similarly, here x2 is also 0 to 3, so bifurcated as 0, 1, 2 and 3. You may also like 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 and so on, but then number of unknowns will increase and complexity increases. Fine. So you have make a balance. ऐसा नहीं कि यहाँ पे हमने ये लिया तो ये ऐसा ही यहाँ लेंगे, आप ज़्यादा भी ले सकते हो, बट नंबर ऑफ वेरिएबल्स बढ़ जाएंगे और कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बढ़ जाएगी. ठीक. Fine. Now here the associated lambda, in place of lambda here we are having mu1, mu naught, mu1, mu2, mu3. Fine. अलग वेरिएबल हमने ले लिए mu naught, mu1, mu2, mu3. Here functions are f2 x2, which is 2x2 whole square. So put x2 is equal to 0 here, so we get 0. Put x1 is equal to 1 here, so we get 2. Put x2 is equal to 2 here, so we get 8. Put x3 is equal to 3 here, so we get 18. Similarly, put x2 is equal to 0 in G2 x2, we get 0. Then 1, so we get 1. Put 2, so we get 4. Put 3, we get 9. Then h2 x2 is x2. Put x2 equal to 0, so 0. Put 1, 1. Put 2, so 2. Put 3, so 3. So this is the data associated with x2. Fine. Now linearize the objective function and constraints. Fine. So this is maximum f is, what is the objective function? Objective function is 3x1 whole square plus 2x2 whole square. This is the objective function, first line and second line. So now from here, this is f1 x1 is 3x1 whole square. So linear approximation will be 0 lambda naught plus 3 lambda 1 plus 12 lambda 2 plus 27 lambda 3. This is written here, which is f1 x1 plus f2 x2. So we get 0 mu naught plus 2 mu 1 plus 8 mu 2 plus 18 mu 3. This is written here. This is f2 x2 subjected to the first constraint. First constraint is g1 x1 plus g2 x2. So 0 lambda naught this plus 1 lambda 1 this plus 4 lambda 2 this and 9 lambda 3 this plus then 0 g2 x2 0 into mu naught plus 1 into mu 1 this plus 4 mu 2 this and 9 mu 3 this, and this is less than equal to 9. So this is g1 x1, this is g2 x2. Now second constraint associated with hx1 and hx2. So 0 lambda naught, 1 lambda 1, 2 lambda 2, 3 lambda 3. This is written here. Plus 0 mu naught, 1 mu 1, 2 mu 2, 3 mu 3. This is written here. This is less than equal to 3. Then convexity condition. Convexity condition means lambda naught plus lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 is equal to 1. And mu naught plus mu 1 plus mu 2 plus mu 3 is equal to 1. And lambda I and mu j all are greater than equal to 0 for all ij. And along with one condition, what is that condition? Adjacency criteria. At most 2 lambda I is greater than 0. They must be adjacent. Similarly, at most 2 mu j will be positive and they must be adjacent. यानी 2 lambda I positive हो सकते हैं at a time और दोनों adjacent होने चाहिए. Similarly, 2 mu j positive हो सकते हैं, दोनों adjacent होने चाहिए. This is the adjacency criteria. Fine. So this is the linear programming problem, and variables are now lambda naught, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, mu naught, mu 1, mu 2, mu 3. Find out these values. Fine. So here first we have to add slack variables with the help of simplex method. हम इसको solve करेंगे. So first add S1 here and S2 here so that we will have equality constraints, and then apply simplex method. So now we are having 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 constraints are there. 4 constraints are there. So after adding slack variable here, so we get this. So now adding slack variables and then apply simplex algorithm by considering adjacency criteria. Fine. So this is the objective function. This is the first constraint. We have added S1 here. Second constraint, we have added S2 here, and then third constraint and fourth constraint along with this with adjacency criteria. S1 S2 is also greater than equal to 0, and x1 is given by here. X1 is here. X1 is 0 lambda naught plus 1 lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2 plus 3 lambda 3. Similarly, x2 is 0 mu naught, 1 mu 1, 2 mu 2, 3 mu 3. So this is written here, x1 and x2. Okay? So now basis and value. Here we have variables lambda naught, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, mu naught, mu 1, mu 2, mu 3, S1, S2. 4 constraints are there. So here the related table as per simplex method, this values are 9, 3, 1 and 1, 9, 3, 1 and 1, and from this table you will see the identity matrix is associated with here. This is S1 column, so S1, then S2, S2, then we have here lambda naught and mu naught, this. So this is the identity matrix. Okay? This is our identity matrix. Now this is the objective function rho from here. Now largest value is minus 27. Largest negative value is minus 27. So now this enter the basis, and these are 3 positive values. So minimum ratio will occur 9 by 9, 3 by 3 and 1 by 1. So 1, 1 and 1. Fine. तो ये lambda 3 या तो यहाँ आ सकता है, या यहाँ आ सकता है, या यहाँ आ सकता है. If you take minimum ratio corresponding to this S1, so S1 will leave, then lambda 3 will come. Fine. But lambda 3, तब lambda 3 यहाँ होगा, but lambda 3 के साथ lambda naught नहीं हो सकता. Why? Because due to adjacency criteria. lambda naught के साथ lambda 1 तो हो सकता है, but lambda 2 नहीं हो सकता, lambda 3 नहीं हो सकता. So this is cancel out. ये नहीं ले सकते. ठीक. फिर यहाँ, अब अगर यहाँ हम लेंगे तो lambda 3 तब यहाँ आएगा. अगेन सेम प्रॉब्लम. lambda 3 अगर होगा तो lambda 3 के साथ और lambda naught एक साथ नहीं हो सकते ड्यू टू adjacency criteria प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है. देन इफ यू सेलेक्ट दिस, सो lambda naught निकल जाएगा एंड lambda 3 आ जाएगा. ये चल सकता है बिकॉज देयर इज नो अदर lambda. There is no other lambda here. So that's why we will select this. Then construct the table. Now in place of lambda naught we are having lambda 3. So this is the new basis and new table. I think you understand. तो ध्यान रखना, जब भी कोई चीज़ एंटर हो सारी पॉसिबिलिटी चेक करनी पड़ेंगी एंड अंडर द एडजेसेंसी क्राइटेरिया. अगर पहले से कोई लैम्डा है तो उसका एडजेसेंट ही आ सकता है या उसकी जगह आ सकता है, अदरवाइज तो एंट्री नहीं होगी. फाइन. ठीक. हियर मोस्ट नेगेटिव वैल्यू इज -18. हियर इफ यू एंटर दिस then minimum ratio will be either this, this or this. So 9 यहाँ से आएगा 0, यहाँ से आएगा 0, यहाँ से आएगा 1. So that means minimum ratio will come either from here or here. So if you select this mu4, so that means mu4 will come either at this place, either at this place or either at this place. बट मिनिमम रेशियो इज एसोसिएटेड इन 0 0, सो दैट्स वाई हियर और हियर दो ही प्लेस हमें मिलेंगे. बट अगर mu4 आएगा तो व्हाट विल बी द प्रॉब्लम? mu4 मीन्स mu0 इज ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल हियर. तो म्यू फोर या तो यहाँ आएगा या यहाँ आएगा. सो म्यू नॉट एंड म्यू फोर दे आर नॉट एडजेसेंट टू ईच अदर, एक दूसरे के पड़ोसी नहीं है. म्यू नॉट के साथ म्यू वन तो एंटर हो सकता है, म्यू नॉट के साथ म्यू वन तो एंटर हो जाएगा, बट म्यू थ्री एंड म्यू फोर दे विल नॉट एंटर. दैट्स वाई दिस इज कैंसिल आउट, ये नहीं होगा. Similarly here, same problem here. If you take this next minimum, then what will be the problem? As the ratio will be either from here or here, minimum ratio. Here से 0, यहाँ से 0, यहाँ से 1 आएगा. So minimum ratio will come here. So again either mu3 will enter at this place or at this place. But at the same time, mu naught is available here. So that's why due to this adjacency criteria, mu3 ना तो यहाँ आ सकता ना यहाँ आ सकता. Mu3 will not enter actually the basis, and the reason is written here. So the next minimum is negative value is -2. -2. So here minimum ratio will come here, from here 0 and 0. That's why either here or here we can select. Same ratio will be there, same ratio है. So now mu1 चाहे तो यहाँ आ सकता है, यहाँ आ सकता है, और mu1 enter हो सकता है, because mu naught and mu1 both are adjacent to each other. And mu naught के साथ mu वन चलेगा, no problem. So you can take for example here. So this is the minimum ratio selected, this is the slot, and then accordingly construct the table. So S1 will leave the basis and mu one will enter the basis. So this is the new basis and this is the table. And now you can see there is no negative value, so optima reaches. So now mu one is 0, lambda 3 is 1, mu naught is 1. So this is the optimum solution. Substitute these values here and find out x1 and x2. So put mu1 is equal to 0 here and mu naught is 1. So when you put it here, then what will be the x2? mu naught की वैल्यू 0 है, mu1 की वैल्यू 1 है. mu1 की वैल्यू 1 है तो x2 की वैल्यू 1 आएगी. सिमिलरली लैम्डा 3 की वैल्यू 1 है, सो लैम्डा 3 की जब वैल्यू 1 रखेंगे, बाकी सब 0 0 0 है. सो वी गेट x1 is equal to 3. So x2 is basically 1 and x2 is 1 and x1 is 3. This is the solution. So this is here evaluated as this. So these are the lambda, these are the mu's, and x1 x2 is computed as 3 and 0. Fine. So here mu1 is 0, mu naught is 1, mu1 is 0. So यहाँ पर इसकी वैल्यू रखेंगे 1, यहाँ पर 0. So ultimately x2 is 0, sorry. So x2 is 0, x2 is 0 and x1 is 3. And f of x1 is this, from here is 27. Graphically, this is our constraint. This is our constraint. Fine. So here, this is the ellipse. This is our objective function. This is our objective function. This is. This is a circular area. This is basically a line, and then this is ellipse. This is ellipse. Fine. So what we have graphically, if you will see here, this is our circular area. This first constraint is shown by blue color. Then we have this line. Second constraint is this. And since we have x1 is equal to greater than equal to 0, x2 is greater than 0, so this shaded part is the basically the feasible area. Then objective function is elliptic area. So this is started with the small area and then slowly increases slowly. So this is the constraint. This is objective function, red one. Slowly you will see that at this point value will be 0, and slowly when you increase, so this touches this touches at this point. Obviously when you take at the same point, this ellipse basically intersect this area at this point and this point. But since this touches at this point, so you can take the solution, which is 3 0, and f of x is 27 here. So this is the solution. Fine. Now second example is this. Minimum of f of x1 is x1 square minus 4x2 minus x2. 2x1 square plus 8x2 whole square is less than or equal to 30. And here bounds are already given to you. x1 is in between 0 and 2, x2 is already 0 to 2. Fine. So now f1 x1 is this, x1 whole square minus 4x1. So this is obviously a separable programming problem. This is f1, this is f2 minus x2. g1 x1 is this 2x1 1 whole square, and g2 x2 is 8x2 whole square. Fine. So now first we will linearize our objective function and constraints. So this is x1. x1 is this 0 to 2. x2 is 0 to 2. So a0 is 0, 1 and 2. a0 is 0, a1 is 1, a2 is 2. This is our f1 x1 is x1 whole square minus 4x1. g1 x1 is 2x1 whole square. So now put x1 is equal to 0 here in f1, so we get 0. Put x1 is equal to 1, so we get minus 3. Put x2 is equal to 2, we get minus 4. Similarly, put x1 equal to 0 in g1 x1, we get 0. Then put x1 is equal to 1, we get 2. Put x2 is equal to 2, 8. And associated lambdas are lambda naught, lambda 1, lambda 2. Similarly, x2 is divided in two parts, 0, 1 and 2. Then f2 x2 is minus x2. So put x2 is equal to 0 here, so we get 0. Put x2 is equal to 1 here, so we get minus 1. Put x2 is equal to 2 here, so minus 2. g2 x2 is 8x2 whole square. So put x2 is equal to 0 here, so we get 0. Put x2 is equal to 1 here, so we get 8. Put x2 is equal to 2 here, so 32. And associated variables are mu0, mu1 and mu2. Fine. So now the objective function is minimum of f of x1 is 0 lambda naught minus 3 lambda 1 minus 4 lambda 2. So this is here, plus then 0 mu naught minus 1 mu 1 minus 2 mu 2. This is written here. Subjected to first constraint 0 lambda naught 2 lambda 1 8 lambda 2. This is written here, plus 0 mu naught plus 8 mu 1 plus 32 mu 2. This is which is less than equal to 30. And this is the convexity condition, lambda naught plus lambda 1 plus lambda 2 is equal to 1, mu naught plus mu 1 plus mu 2 is equal to 1. And lambda is mu j greater than equal to 0 for all ij, and at the most 2 lambda I is positive level and they must be adjacent. Similarly, similar argument for mu j, यानी adjacency criteria lambda को भी follow करना है और mu को भी follow करना है. Fine. Now adding slack or surplus variable. So here this is the minimization problem, so minimum of this subjected to this. So just add slack variable here. This is your first constraint, then second constraint, third constraint, and lambda I mu j is greater than equal to 0 and s is also greater than equal to, because s is the slack variable. Now convert this problem into maximization one. So maximum of f star is equal to, just multiply by minus sign, so 3 lambda 1 plus 4 lambda 2 plus mu 1 plus 2 mu 2. So now table is constructed and x1 is given by 0 lambda 1 plus 1 lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2. So this is x2 is similarly 0 mu naught plus 1 mu 1 plus 2 mu 2. This is here. Fine. So now to construct the table. This is the table. First constraint, second constraint, third constraint. So from here, first identity matrix, first column is associated with s, so written here. Then here lambda naught and then mu naught. And now this is the objective function row. So most negative value is this minus 4. So now among these positive values are 8 and 1. Find out the minimum ratio. So here we get 30 by 8 and 1 by 1. So obviously minimum ratio will occur here. So here lambda 2 enters the basis. When lambda 2 enters the basis, so lambda naught will leave the basis and you will see that there is no other lambda. अगर ये हट जाएगा यहाँ से ये हट जाएगा, so there is no other lambda here. So that's why you can enter lambda 2. तो ये हटेगा और ये नया lambda 2 enter हो जाएगा. So we perform the calculation, so we get this table. Now here in the second iteration you will see -2 and -1 both are negative values. -2 is the most negative one. So if you enter this mu2, then what will happen? Mu2, when you enter here, so minimum ratio will occur 22 divided by 32 and 1 by 1. So obviously here. So when you enter here mu2, then there is a problem of adjacency, because mu2 and mu1, they are not adjacent to each other. ये एक दूसरे के पड़ोसी नहीं है. Between these two we have mu1. So mu2 नहीं आ सकता क्योंकि mu0 पहले से अवेलेबल है. So that's why this is cancel out. The next negative value is -1 here. So here we have 22 and by 8 and 1 by 1. So minimum ratio will come here, and that's why mu0 will leave the basis and mu1 will enter the basis. So this is the next table. Now here -1 is the most negative value, then this will enter the basis, and then according to the minimum ratio criteria, this minimum ratio is 14 divided by 24 and 1 by 1. We will not take 0. Fine, we have to take positive values only. So minimum ratio will come at this place, and here mu2 will enter the basis. So mu2 will enter the basis here. So S will leave the basis and mu2, and since mu1 and mu2 both are adjacent to each other, that's why this will be done, no problem. So mu2 enters the basis and S will leave the basis. S1 will leave the basis here, no problem. So that's why we have this new table, and there is no negative value, so optima reaches. So lambda naught is here, according to here 0, lambda 1 is 0, lambda 2 is 1. Then mu0 is 0, mu1 is 5 by 2 and mu2 is 7 by 12. So now what is x1? X1 is, according to this, 0 lambda naught plus lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2, and find x2 also. So what is x1 and x2? X1 is 2, x2 is 19 by 12, 1.5833. Then maximum of f of x is x1 square minus 4x1 minus 8x2. Substitute the values. So what we will get? This is minimum. This is minimum. This is minimum. So put the value. So we get -67 by 12. So minus 5.8. Minus 5.5833. So this is the solution. So this is the procedure how to solve the separable programming problem. Let us take another problem. Third problem. Here maximum of f of x is x1 plus x2 4, which is f1 x1 plus f2 x2, subjected to 3x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 9. So this is g1 x1 plus g2 x2 less than equal to 9. x1 x2 is greater than equal to 0. So f1 x1 is x1, f2 x2 is x2 raised to the power 4, g1 x1 is 3x1 and g2 x2 is 2x2 whole square. So the first this is the separable programming problem. Now first find out the bounds. Bounds are not given to you here. So now find out the bounds. So here when you put x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 0, so 3x1 is less than equal to 9. तो पहले x2 को हमने 0 डाला क्योंकि लीस्ट वैल्यू x2 की 0 हो सकती है. तो 3x1 is less than equal to 9, so x1 की वैल्यू आ जाएगी 3. So that's why we get this bound. x1 is in between 0 and 3. 0 means here and 3 means यहाँ से आएगा. Put x2 0 डालेंगे तो 3 आएगा. Fine. Similarly, if you put x1 is equal to 0 here, so you will get 2x2 square is less than equal to 9. That means x2 square is less than equal to आएगा 9 by 2. So we get this. So put x1 is equal to 0. So what we will get? 2x2 whole square is less than equal to 9. So x2 square is less than equal to 9 by 2. That means 4.5. So that's why we can say that x2 is in between 0 here, less than bound. But if you simplify this, so x2 is basically greater than 2. From here x2 is greater than 2, largest value. क्योंकि 2 तक तो नहीं चलेगा, 2 स्क्वायर 4 आएगा, 4 इज लेस देन 4.5, सो x2 इज बेसिकली ग्रेटर देन 2, सो दैट्स वाई लेट अस से 3. 2 के बाद हमने 3 को अपर बाउंड बना लिया. फाइन. So here is this, x2 is in between 0 and 3, and here you will see less than, not equality. Equality नहीं लिया है हमने यहाँ. Fine. So now x1 is 0 to 3. ठीक. Now remember one thing, we have not taken x1, we have not bifurcated x1. Why? Reason is that कि x1 f1 x1 is equal to x1, g1 x1 is also in terms of x1. This is linear, this is also linear, so there is no need to bifurcate this. इसको bifurcate करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. अगर आप करेंगे भी तो कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होगा, no benefit. That's why we have not bifurcated x1. यहाँ x2 भी नॉन लीनियर है, यहाँ पे भी नॉन लीनियर है, इसलिए हमें x2 को बाइफरकेट करने की ज़रूरत है. x1 की कोई ज़्यादा ज़रूरत नहीं है. इससे पहले एग्जाम्पल में इफ़ यू विल सी हियर in this example, x1 is a non-linear function, x1 is here non-linear function, तो इसलिए हमने x1 को भी, और x2 यहाँ लीनियर है बट यहाँ नॉन लीनियर है, तो दैट्स वाई हमने x1 x2 दोनों को लीनियराइज किया. बट हियर इन अवर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ x1 का फंक्शन यहाँ भी और यहाँ पर भी बोथ जगह लीनियर है, सो देर इज नो नीड टू लीनियराइज इट अगेन. तो दैट्स वाई वी विल लीनियराइज ओनली x2 एंड एसोसिएटेड फंक्शंस. There is no need to linearize functions associated with x1 because at both these places both are linear. Fine. So now x2 is 0 1 2 and 3, and here mu0 mu1 mu2 mu3. Fine. So 0 1 2 3 and associated unknowns are mu0 mu1 mu2 mu3. f2 x2 is x2 raised to the power 4, this, so this is 0 1 16 and 81. g2 x2 is 2x2 whole square and associated values are 0 2 8 and 18. So approximated LPP is maximum of f of x is this x1 plus, now linearize this, x2 raised to the power 4. So we get 0 mu0 1 mu1 16 mu2 18 mu3. So this is linearized. x1 as it is subjected to here 3x1, so 3x1 plus this 2x2 whole square. So linearize this, 0 mu0 2 mu1 8 mu2 18 mu3. This is written here, less than equal to 9, and associated convexity condition is mu0 plus mu1 plus mu2 plus mu3 is equal to 1, and mu j is greater than equal to 0 and x1 is also greater than equal to 0, and at most 2 mu j are positive and they must be adjacent. Fine. So now this is the linear programming problem. Now add slack variable here, so this is slack variable, so this is constraint, this is convexity constraint. Here is also x is greater than equal to 0, x1. So this is the objective problem, objective function. And then what is x2? x2 will be 0 mu1 plus 1 mu1 plus 2 mu2 plus 3 mu3. This is written here. Fine. And now apply the simplex method here. So what we will get? We will get this table. So here this is the initial table. Most negative value is this. When you enter this, and then minimum ratio will be 9 by 18 1 by 1. So here, so mu3 will enter here, but since mu0 is already available here, so this is not the best option. Then we will take next negative value is minus 16. Then associated minimum ratio will be 9 by 8, that means more than 1, and 1 by 1. So we will select this. So if you select this, then mu2 will come here and mu0 will leave the basis. So this is the next table, table number 2. Fine. Then here most negative value is in the next table is minus 65. So minus 65 means minimum ratio will be 1 by 10 and 1 by 1. So this will be the, from here we will select the minimum ratio. That means mu3 enters the basis. And when mu3 will come here, so mu2 is already available here. So they are, since both will be adjacent, mu2 and mu3. So that's why you can enter mu3, no problem. So now this is the next table, number 3. Now here both are negative values. So if you enter this, then you will have म्यू नॉट एसोसिएटेड विद पॉजिटिव वैल्यू, क्योंकि दो में से एक निगेटिव है तो इसका तो लेंगे नहीं मिनिमम रेशो, इसी का लेंगे. सो म्यू नॉट विल एंटर एंड एट दिस प्लेस इफ यू एंटर म्यू नॉट, सो म्यू नॉट एंड म्यू थ्री और म्यू नॉट दोनों बेसिस में रहेंगे, जो कि पॉसिबल ही नहीं है ड्यू टू एडजेसेंसी क्राइटेरिया. सिमिलरली अगर आप इसको एंटर करेंगे तो क्या होगा, अगेन सेम प्रॉब्लम, म्यू वन विल एंटर हियर, म्यू वन और म्यू थ्री क्योंकि एडजेसेंट नहीं है तब भी नहीं होगा. सो दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल हियर. So this logic is written here. Fine. So this is the optimum solution. इसके कोई आगे एंट्री नहीं हो सकती, तो that's why this is optima reaches here. What is mu 2? Mu 2 is 9 by 10. Mu 3 is 1 by 10. Mu 1 is not is 0. Mu 1 is 0. X1 is 0. So solution is X1 is 0. X2 is 0 mu 0 plus mu 1 plus 2 mu 2 plus 3 mu 3. This will give you 2.1. And maximum of f of x is 45 by 2. So this is not the actually the optimum solution, but this is approximate solution because further हम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. So this is approximate solution. So if we slightly change the constraint here, if we slightly change the constraint from linear x1 to non-linear x1, then we have approximate f1 x1 j1 x1 also. क्योंकि यहाँ हमने क्या किया था आपने देखा होगा, we have not approximated f1 and g1 because both are linear already. तो हमने उसको लीनियराइज नहीं किया था, लेकिन अगर थोड़ा सा भी चेंज हो जाएगा तो हमें करना पड़ेगा. एंड दैट्स वाई वी हैव स्लाइटली चेंज हियर. सेम क्वेश्चन, स्लाइटली चेंज द ऑब्जेक्टिव फंक्शन एंड वी गेट दिस फोर्थ एग्जाम्पल. सो मैक्सिमम एफ ऑफ x1 प्लस x2 रेज टू द पावर 4 subjected to 3x1 whole square plus 2x2 square is less than equal to 9, g1 x1 g2 x2 is less than equal to 9. सो यहाँ हमने इसको पावर बढ़ा दी है, 3x1 की जगह 3x1 होल स्क्वायर कर दिया, तो आप देख सकते हैं अब ये नॉन लीनियर हो गया. सो अब आपको इसको लीनियराइज करना पड़ेगा. फाइन. सो नाउ हियर व्हाट इज द रेंज ऑफ x1? x1 की जो रेंज आएगी इसको 0 डालो, x2 की वैल्यू 0. सो व्हाट वी विल गेट दिस 3x1 होल स्क्वायर इज लेस देन इक्वल टू 9 बाय पुटिंग x2 0 हियर. सो वी गेट x1 होल स्क्वायर इज लेस देन इक्वल टू 3. दैट मीन्स x1 इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0 एंड लेस देन 2. फाइन. क्योंकि इसकी स्क्वायर की वैल्यू 3, इसका मतलब x1 लेस देन 2 होगा. सो दैट्स वाई वी विल टेक x1 दिस. सिमिलरली पुट x1 0 हियर. सो व्हाट यू विल गेट, यू विल गेट 2x2 होल स्क्वायर इज लेस देन इक्वल टू 9, जो कि आया था आपको याद हो 0 एंड 3. सो 0 एंड 3. तो अब इनको लीनियराइज करेंगे तो x1 इज 0 1 एंड 2. Associated variables are lambda naught, lambda 1, lambda 2. f1 x1 is x1, so which is 0 1 and 2. g1 x1 is 3x1 whole square. So now its values associated with 0 put करेंगे तो 0, 1 put करेंगे 3, 2 put करेंगे तो 12. And this is x2 which we have already done in the previous example as it is same. Fine. Now maximum of f of x is now x1 is this 0 lambda naught, 1 lambda 1, 2 lambda 2. This is linearized here. Plus f2 x2 is x2 raised to the power 4. So linearize this 0 mu naught, 1 mu 1, 16 mu 2, 81 mu 3. So this is written here. Subjected to constraint 3x1 whole square. So 0 lambda naught, 3 lambda 1, 12 lambda 2. This is written here. Plus then 2x2 whole square. So 0 mu 2 mu 1, 8 mu 2, 18 mu 3. This is written here less than equal to 9. And first this convexity condition lambda naught plus lambda 1 plus lambda 2 is 1. And mu naught plus mu 1 plus mu 2 plus mu 3 is equal to 1. And lambda I and mu j both are greater than equal to 0. And adjacency criteria will be used. And then add slack variable here. And then we have this linear programming problem. And then apply simplex method. So what you will get? You will get this table. First table. So here, and if same logic, if you enter 81, then again mu3 will come here at this place. So mu3 and mu0, they will not adjacent, that's why this is not taken. Next minimum value is minus 16, so here minimum will come here, so you will select this. So mu0 will leave the basis and mu2 will enter the basis, and that's why this is the next table. Now here the most negative value is minus 65. So here both are positive values, so here the minimum ratio is 1 by 10 and 1 by 1. So this will be the minimum. So mu3 will enter the basis. If you enter mu3 here, then you will see that mu3 and mu2 both are adjacent to each other. That's why you can take this and enter this. So when you enter this, S will leave the basis and mu3 will enter the basis. So we have next table. Again here, if you enter this most negative value, so here you will have mu0. ए की पॉजिटिव वैल्यू है, इसका मतलब यहाँ म्यू नॉट आएगा, बट म्यू नॉट अगर आएगा तो म्यू थ्री ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, सो दिस विल नॉट एंटर. सिमिलर प्रॉब्लम इज हियर. इफ यू टेक दिस, इफ यू एंटर दिस, सो दिस इज द ओनली पॉजिटिव वैल्यू. सो इसका मतलब यहाँ आपका म्यू वन आएगा, और म्यू वन आएगा तो म्यू थ्री नहीं हो सकता एक साथ, सो दिस विल ऑल्सो बी नॉट एंटर. सो दिस इज द ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन. एंड हियर दिस इज द वैल्यूज. लैम्डा नॉट इज 1, लैम्डा 1 is 0, lambda 2 is 0, mu naught is 0, mu 1 is 0, mu 2 is 9 by 10, and mu 3 is 1 by 10. Substitute these values, so we get x1 is equal to 0 lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2, which is 0. X2 is this. Fine. So this is the procedure how to solve the linear programming problem. Fine. Now we have last example. Convert the following problems into separable programming problem. So this is problem. Here the problem is this. First constraint is separable, second constraint is separable, but the second constraint is, you will see, x1 x2 plus 1 is greater than equal to 2. This is not separable. So what we will do, we will how to transform this. Similarly, its second part is this: maximum of x1 x2 whole square x3 whole square x1 plus x2, this is less than equal to. Here objective function is not separable. Fine. So how to deal this type of problem? So first part, fx and g1 x1 is separable, however g2x is not separable. So try to convert it into separable form as follows. So this is given to you: x1 into x2 plus 1 is greater than equal to 2. So when you divide this, so we will get x1 is greater than equal to 2 upon x2 plus 1. So take this in the left hand side, so we will get in the right hand side, sorry. So minus x1 plus 2x2 plus x1 is less than equal to 0. So now the separable programming problem is, objective function is already separable, f1 x1 plus f2 x2 plus f3 x3. First constraint is already separable. Now here in place of second constraint, this we can use this, which is a separable. This is function of x1, this is a function of x2. Fine. So this is separated. Now here this is not separable, but this is in form of product, so you can take logarithm. So just take maximum of f of this, take logarithm both sides. So this is log x1 plus 2 log x2 plus 3 log x3. This is a separable function, so that's why this is the programming problem. Fine. So this is how you can solve a separable programming problem. Fine. So this is all about separable programming problem. In the next class we will start geometric programming problem. Fine. Thank you.